Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the GoodFathers Podcast. Myself, Mike's,
Jams,
and I'm Keith.
And today we're going to be discussing the fine line between being a father and a friend to your child, and
vice versa with a mum and a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and how basically I brought up this discussion because I find myself, I think I might have fell into the hole a little bit myself personally, meaning I might have brought my son up more as my friend. Do you know what I'm saying? Not more as my friend. Obviously, he knows daddy's discipline. He knows, he listens to me. You get it? But in senses of talking to him like the man, them. Do you get what I'm saying? Or
back to you certain words.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like
kind of big
showing my mannerisms around him too much, and my attitude around him, and literally just treating him like a little brethren. You get it? Rather than my son. You know what I'm saying? So
obviously, so it's one of them things. Like for me, like I do with my son as well. But when we was around car, I didn't have a bond growing up with my dad. I didn't have no dad around. You get me? So I didn't know. At first, I didn't know how, like, what type of bond you're supposed to have with your son. But all I knew at the same time was that I just wanted to be strong. You get me? So how do I go about it? Do I go about it like being more of a friend to him, or do I go about it being more of a disciplinarian? Because that's how I seen just my uncles and that. Growing up with them, it was just be a discipline. You get me? There was little bits of fun in it, little bits of football, and you used to take money here and there, but majority of the time it should be a discipline, and I just know that. So it was one of them. I had to kind of try and, at a young age, until I was 18, so I was weighing up how to be a friend and a father. It was kind of like, well, do I do this more than this, or do I do this more than that? You get me? Like, it was tough, and the friend thing, it lasts. Obviously, it works for a while, you get me? But then, like I said, it gets to that point where you look at man start saying certain things, you get me? Like, I remember the day he walked into me and he's like, yo, big man, what? And I was like, you have to look at me like, yo, the fuck you talking to? But like, hello, dad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Hello, dad, innit? Like, I was like, yo, I need to kind of tone it down. And like, man, been told how to talk to them is different, but like I said, you want that bond with your son.
You want to have that bond.
You want your son,
and you want to act like yourself, innit?
Yeah. But it's all about balance, innit? Because at the same time, you want your child to be able to come and say, yo, dad,
I've got an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's one of the level as a
this is what, like, I don't know, maybe not so this generation, but the older generation, the fathers are looked at as the disciplinarian, innit? Yo, if you don't do something, I'm gonna call your dad. If
that's what man know is discipline.
Children ain't likely to go to their dad and say, yo, dad, this is happening, or rare.
Yeah, my son, he won't tell me no issues. He'll go to like my mum and like my daughter's mum, and he'll go to my sister, but he won't come and talk to me.
And that's why a lot of kids prefer talking to their friends.
Because
they're not mum and dad, he's just judgy, and you get me?
Yeah. For instance, my story's like what my dad was around when I was young. And for instance, like words like yours, like I couldn't even what my dad, you get it? Like, if he says, you can't even say what, you know what I'm saying? Like what dad, like,
and you get a what back in it, like
you catch him, like, you get me? So it's a sticky one saying what to him, but then obviously he went a bit ghost a bit, and then it was a case of, yo, my mum just used him as a, yo, I ring your dad, you know, and you get me, I'll just come and give you licks, innit? And then it was like that. So then when I had my kid, it was more, I don't think I just struggled with literally like being myself around him, meaning like we're driving, I'm listening to songs I like, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? You see people do it all the time and that on the gram. People are driving, got the youth bumping to some gang music and that, you get me?
Lyrics word for word and that, you get me?
But when it's like, it all looks cool and that, but the reality of it is
not good blood.
We're breeding little demons, bro. Like, our youths are gonna be like 10, bro, whipping out in the cars and that, you get it? Like, think about how bad, like, I was bad, you get me, as a kid, bro, from like 10, 11 on, bro. And like, if my youths keep seeing what he sees, come 10, bro, your man's gonna be ticking my whip, bro. You get me? Nah, but that's what we breed. That's what I'm saying when I'm saying.
He's not gonna respect you as dad. He's just gonna know you as, yo, Dad more like a bridging.
Yeah, it's like man them,
so
innit?
you get me? Like I don't really need to ask permission for certain things, and I don't need to clarify certain things in the car. I can just do what I want. Cause that's
But you
my
see, the thing
bridging.
is, I think most men,
wrong.
like in our generation, they fall into the trap of doing that, and it's not a thing of the plan on doing it. It's just we're all learning, innit?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm bringing up the conversation realistically, because it's for more of people who maybe have got kids who are a little bit like my youth's 5 now. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realise how much of a sponge they are. You know what I'm saying? Like all your mannerisms they're taking. Like for instance, my girl says like my youth when I'm not there. It's just like having me in there, you get me? Like, he's on being like, he thinks he's a big man, bro. At 5, you know what I'm saying? Wakes up, yo, dad! You get it? Like, yo, dad! You know what I'm saying? Your man just acts like a big youth already, you get me? But that's, like I said, that's because when I'm driving around with him, I'm acting like he's my bedroom, innit? And he's not my bedroom, bro, he's my little youth, you know what I'm saying? So man have to be careful for it, really.
It's the same with mums and daughters, because like obviously I've seen, and I'm not saying all of them are the same, but I've seen like mums and daughters that go out like partying together. You get me, like actual clubbing and that. And I sit and penny and I'm sitting and watching them, and you're talking to the same kind of man. You get me, and I'm like, it's like, are you, like where is that the mother-daughter relationship? You get me? It's just,
especially from young as well, though, isn't it? Like for instance, like with the man thing, it's more like little man's gonna start chatting like the man there, his mannerisms gonna be like man. But with girls, it's like I've seen it happen a few times. You know what I'm saying? And you can see girls who are a little bit too young around certain conversations that little girls shouldn't be listening. You know what I'm saying? It's not little girl business and that. You having a big woman discussion, and you got your little.
You got the little one sitting
there. You got your little
just there because she's a little girl.
All on the makeup thing, or dressing provocatively, or dancing in mannerisms that. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the girl side of it, but I don't want to overly talk about it because obviously it's not my story to tell. You get it? My story is the fact that me and my little man and my little man's thinking he's a big man, brother. And then you have to punch him up. You get me? But not punch him up, but make him know. You get me? Yeah. But then that's what I'm saying. It's getting to the point where he's just unscrapping, bro. Like my youth will honestly try scrap. Like he thinks it, like.
You think that's it now?
Sometimes he just walks in. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes he walks in. Yo, dad. Boom. Man's trying to fool. You get it? Little man, you can't just punch, man. You get it? Like when we're playing. But if we're not playing, bro, don't think you can just.
To him, it's just always.
But he just thinks it's always that now.
Because we're friends, innit? That's what it is.
So at the end, when he gets to a certain age, if he becomes, obviously, I think he's not going to be. Yeah, but if he becomes a certain person based off your mannerisms, are you going to accept that
it's what I done?
You'd have to.
That's what you have to. You have to. But that's what's made me bring this conversation up, innit? Because like for instance, when we're sitting in the house now with my girl and my youth's just on some mad wild shit, but she turns around to me and says like, yo, that's like you made that, you get it? Like he's like that because of you get it? Like he always just wants to fight. He's always just act. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously I'm doing it because when he's growing up, I'm turning him into a little bruiser. You get it? Like but I didn't want a soft kid. You get it? I wanted a bruiser, but now it's got to the point where like.
No, he's just on job all the time.
He's just on job all the time, bro. He's just trying to be on job and that. And I'm just chilling, bro. He thinks he can walk up and just bang me in the face. But it's all jokes and that. But it is jokes. But when when you're not expecting it, even though he's 5, if he catches you in the face, boy, he bangs you in the face. You get it?
It's when he hits 13, 14, and he's doing that.
And he thinks that's what I'm saying. Then we're gonna be fully just
fully like have that little scrap, and then he's gonna be like, yo. Then you're gonna have that breakdown there. Then you get me.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, dad, you made me like that, and now you're mad.
You're mad about it, but you can't be mad about it because you did it. It's like a man that's only showing his son that is a shot all his life, and then the youth turns out to be a shot. You can't be mad about that. You get what I'm saying? Like I know a man that try to talk about the
environment kind of thing, innit?
Yeah, cool.
I know a man that try to talk about that shit. I know at the same time I know a man that work for their son. You get me? Like I said, on road, and I sit and think, bro. Do you know how shit you look, bro? Like, as a big grown man, you're shouting weed for your son. Like, come on, blood. Like, it's them kind of things there what make me sit and think, blood. Like, I need that balance there. You get my car. As much as say if I might do certain things that ain't positive to my son, he's not gonna sit and see that. He's only gonna see the positive side. You get my car. there's a line in it. There's always a line in everything. Yeah, I might bring him out one day and say, yeah, but we're just chilling with the man and we're having little jokes and that. Probably go to the park and link up. But then, if I'm saying to him, yo, man, I'm going out and it's a business thing. It's the line in it.
It's balance,
He knows,
it's
and he knows
balance.
when he can be around and when he can't. You get me? Certain man never had that balance at all.
No,
that's why certain man's kids they can't talk to their youths now. You get me? God, the youths are too bad for them.
Literally,
enough man are now even disowning their youths because they're doing madness and that M's and all sorts.
But I think that's down to discipline, though. I think that's down to alright. For example, now that's what my first baby mum used to say. Yo, you treat him like he's a big man. You got to translate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lucky.
So, but I've got discipline. Like he not like even. Down, yo, I'm call, it's one of them ones. Yo, I'll call you dad. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
I know. I'm the disciplinarian. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's a balance. Like me and him, we could be fighting. We could be playing ball or whatever. There's a balance between it. Yo, I'm his friend. Where yo, if he feels uncomfortable about something, I feel he can come to me and say, yo, dad, boom, 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 and you get me. And same way, yo, if he's being naughty or whatever, I can say, yo, fix up, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm trying to say to you? So I think personally, it's all about balance. You can't be one-sided.
I mean, easy. You know, I find having that balance easier with my daughter, you know, because with my son, like I said, it was like, obviously he's a mini male me, so he's a male, so everything I have to try and model him to be me, but be himself.
But you see, the thing is, I think that's what it is.
With my daughter, it's more like, she just
be herself. I think that's what it is with.
She loves being around dad, so she'll follow certain things, but she knows, she already knows that line there.
But you see what it is. You see with men that have boys, I find it as alright. As man, them, you don't want you to be all soft, you're gonna speak to you a certain way, so. And you're gonna treat you a certain way, like I'm all for the play fighting and everything there. You get what I'm trying to say to you? Because you have to toughen you up, bro. Because you don't. It's a cold world. It's a cold world.
Just being soft, mate.
Just being able
being soft, man. Like for example, every time he cries, he comes to you, oh son. Like when my son drops over, he knows, yo,
get up and go.
Yo, dust yourself off. Go. You get what I'm trying to say to you?
Get up and
you can't be barred.
Run into man and cry.
Then I fell over. Like it don't work.
Man, I'm not saying if you fall off the freaking top of a climbing frame and you bust your head, I ain't gonna say don't comment to me. You get me? And you know what I'm saying? But obviously, if you, you know, if you just trip over and you just there, like you just fall over right there in front of you, you want to get up and cry, like nah, man, like. Man up, bro. You get what I'm saying? That's
for instance,
the thing there, innit?
My youth drives like motocross, and it's got like a little P-Dub 50 now. Box, you get me? Only 5, but yo, he's a rider. He moves, you get it?
I've seen him, right?
That's what I'm saying.
I've seen him going past the speed limit.
He's doing his thing, but this is what I'm saying. This is what when we say like not being soft, like yo, he come off before, you get me, but he's far, you get me? He's come off now, tail, boom, tank slap, boom, flipped over him, on top of him, I've had to run over, you get it? Dragged him, but obviously I'm filming it, but I'm filming him riding, you get it?
Yeah.
And then he's crashed. So I kept it running and I thought I'd just show people, how I bring up my son, you know what I'm saying? So for instance, I ran over to him, you get me? I seen that he's half alright, you get me? Then it's like, yo, get up, innit? Like, I'm not picking you off the floor, big man. I'm not picking you off the floor. Stand up, once you stand on your 2 feet, dad will give you a loves, and you get me? Then boom, tell you to get back on your bike and ride it, you understand? But I'm not picking him up for one or two reasons, you get it? For one, I want him to learn to get back up and get back on your bike, and if you want to be a rider, if you're a bike rider, you know crashing's part of the sport, innit? And for two, it's more of a case of boom. See, when he does crash, and he knows he's supposed to get up. You see, if I see him crash and he don't get up,
then you know serious.
I know he's fucked. You get it?
I was gonna say all 3. His legs are broken.
Yeah, so I know. But if he don't get up, like I've taught him to get up, so I know if he's not getting up, he's hurt. You understand?
So what about
for them type of reasons?
So what about obviously only. You all can't speak about this, but what's it like? Is there a big difference between bringing up a female, a woman, like
I suppose Key's the only one who's got a girl in it.
Like, do you look at that differently, or do you?
I suppose it's more of a protective, isn't it?
Because like man saying with my son, I just wanted to be able to grow up and handle himself and you know just not
be a man's man.
Not have to know that he has to run to me over every little thing. You get me, but. With my daughter, like I want that, you get me, like I want her to be able to say, you know what, come to daddy, you get me, I'm here, you get me, like I'm not gonna friggin' make her fall over. She's the type, like, she'll fall over and just get up and brush off, and I'm like, oh my God, princess, are you okay? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more me, you get me? But obviously, that's where, for me, on that side of it, I have to kind of toughen up with her, because she gets away with...
different?
You waggle,
yeah,
bro.
it's
not even intentional.
It's just a thing of, like I said, as his son, you want your son to grow up and be tough. You know what you went through growing up, so you want to be able to be able to handle them kind of things then. Even if it's just a thing where he's out on the street and somebody wants to, try and trouble him. He wants to be honest, to be able to just
defend himself.
Whereas your daughter, you do want to be able to defend yourself, but you still want to be able to do. You still want to
come to daddy.
You get me? That
yo, your daughter's your daddy's girl, innit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
the building.
But like I said, she's more of a person where she will talk anyway. We have that connection where she will talk and she will tell me things, and that's what I like. You get me? So I just let her run. I let her have a little. She gets a little leeway. Yeah, I give her a little bit of leeway. You get me? Because it's little princess. You get me? But obviously, I'm gonna as she gets older, I just have to rein it in a bit, because I know how girls can be with their dad when they've got that hold on them. You know what I'm saying? She'll run with it. You get me? Like, she's only 5, but she knows how to like, you know what I'm saying? She knows how to teach me, like, she'll drop the eyes, you get me, and the lip would curl up and all, like, alright, it's just the thing, you get me, like, stay up for another hour, but don't tell your mum, you get me, like, them things, like, I wouldn't let my son have it.
So would you rather your daughter be like a daddy's girl, or would you rather like when she's older, or like would you rather her be kind of like Remy Ma and just don't give a fuck about anyone?
No, what I
wanted to be is
she needs to be able to stick up for herself.
That's what I'm saying. I just wanted to be that, she's grown up to be her own independent woman, but her dad's always there for her. You get me? Just like her mum, like her parents will always be there for her, and she can always call.
But I suppose that's what I suppose with the friends thing.
Same with my son. I wanted to believe in that, but he has to understand that as a man and as a black man, the journey is a little bit harder. So we need to toughen you up a bit more. You get me?
So you can get it from all angles, innit? Whether it's, racism, flipping bullying, whatever. You can get it from all angles as a boy.
Just trying to find a job.
You have to, as a man raising a little boy, you have to have that little bit of tougher. You have to have that little bit of broadness. Don't get me wrong. I tell my daughter same certain things that I tell my son, but I'm just not as harsh with it. You get me? Because I know I can't mentally, I can't be as hard to her like I would be my son. You get me? Just because I know of how it is for a black male growing up. You get me?
No,
it's one of them.
So how would you say you would curb it then? Because I see it as I said before, like man, we find it hard because we never had dad, so we make that mistake. I'm trying to say to you. So how would you say man can stop that from happening? Or
I reckon, like I said, the places I've made mistakes is being too like full on with it, like full on, like man them, my little man's like man them, you get it, like fully just cruising, like man them, chat like man them, like I fully just went the nines with it, you know what I'm saying? Not meaning, like I said, not meaning to, you get it, not meaning to.
So for you gotta rope that in, then you get me, and just
definitely
make him know more.
But at the same time, like I let him know, innit, like yo, daddy will punch you up until, even when you're older, daddy gonna punch you up, you like no matter what, daddy's gonna punch like you, because he's getting to the point where he's like, yo, when I get bigger, dad, like that's what he says, you get me? Watch when I get muscles like you get me? He thinks I'm letting you know, like yo, son, you're always gonna be my little baby, yeah. And I'll punch you up in it. Like, regardless, I'm boxing you up. Like, I can see it.
You can't be bigger than that.
Sometimes when you're asleep at night, you get worried, innit?
Nah, bro. I said, nah. It's literally more just about his, like, just his mannerisms and his attitude. But I always thought that anyway, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, for instance, now, I got a nephew that's like, my nephew's 18 now. But when he was younger, when he moved away, like not far, but like kind of like out the way, you get it. And it was a case of I was kind of glad in a way, not glad, but it's like I didn't want him to be around. You know what I'm saying? For instance, okay, I put the story out, like he lost his mum, and it, like my sister passed away. He went and it moved with his dad up like Stafford Mission somewhere, and I was like, it was kind of a good thing, you get me, because I didn't want him to have gone through that pain, but then carry my mannerisms with that pain, because that's a weapon. You get it? I didn't want that for my nephew. You get me?
So you're kind of happy you got sent away from the situation.
Because I don't want. He can't grow too much like me, but with that type of pain. You get me? Because I ain't been through nothing like that, but. That would 10 times my issue, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want that for him. So now it's like with my son, it's got to a point now where it's like, okay, then his mannerisms and that, and just like how, you know, just how he carries himself, and
but that's your children are naturally going to pick up your mannerisms and how you carry yourself.
That's what I'm saying. I should have carried myself a little bit better around him a bit more. Do you get what I'm saying?
We're all making mistakes, isn't it? Like
it's
part of the game.
That's what I'm saying. It's about learning curve, isn't it?
Certain mistakes I made with my son, obviously I know I'm not making with my daughter now, so it's them things there. It's just learning and moving forward with it, and it's just knowing, it's just being able to acknowledge it, innit, and know how to, if it needs rectifying, rectify it. If not, then not. That's all it is. Just knowing how to acknowledge when you're doing something wrong. A lot of as men, we don't acknowledge a lot of things we do as parents.
Well, sometimes you don't even realise you're doing it. You take your child, the baby mum to point out, oh, yo, you're treating you like a friend. Like I've done it with my oldest, and that's probably made me realise with my youngest. You get what I'm trying to say to you? So I'm totally different with how I am with my youngest to how I am with my oldest.
Nah, you can see that as well.
You get it? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, man.
Of course, man.
Because the youngest ones, you're more like intelligently.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, from the get-go, man. From the get-go.
It's sick to see still.
From the get-go.
Because he's like, you're more on his books and more.
Yeah, definitely with the older. But this is what I'm trying to say. Like with my oldest one, I was 19 when I had him, so I was young and like, you know what I'm trying to say to you, things that probably are important, I didn't deem as important. Like now, as I'm saying, like it's completely switched.
That's true.
So it's one of them ones.
That's sick to see still.
Yeah, man.
So if anything,
keep the balance.
Any advice we can give, not even advice, but it's more a case of obviously
just keep the balance.
Keep the balance.
Keep the balance. Yeah, I understand balance.
Definitely keep the balance, but watch what like that type of music and that you got them listening to. Not obviously like they can enjoy their music, but like watch how much you drill it into them. You get me? Because like
watch what you say, watch what you talk, watch how you move around.
Children are sponges.
The sponges
take everything.
Even the things that you don't think they realise.
Everything, bro.
Every little thing. Things that you know. So just watch what you do. Yeah, literally. Mind little thing.
And we'll get there in the end, you know the ones.
We get there together.
We get it. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. We got man them like saying that you can't see the thing, so here it is, you get it.
Obviously it'll come up on the bottom of the screen like that. You get me, Mr. Editor? Yeah?
Alright.
Alright.
The GoodFathers then.
But out.
Peace.
Done now.